Ever wonder what your pet really thinks of you? Prepare for a reality check, because if animals could talk, our world would be an absolute circus, and frankly, a little bit terrifying. Today, we're diving headfirst into the uproarious, the awkward, and the surprisingly profound truths that would spill out if our furry, feathered, and scaled friends suddenly developed the gift of gab. Get ready to laugh, squirm, and maybe even look at your pet a little differently, because trust me, the things they'd say would change everything. Imagine for a second, waking up not to a gentle purr or a happy bark, but to a full-on articulate complaint. Your cat, eyes narrowed, might casually inform you, "The can opener is running 5 minutes late today. Do you know how rude that is? My internal clock is deeply offended." Suddenly, their subtle demands become undeniable declarations. And what about your dog? You think they love you unconditionally? Oh, they do. But they'd also be constantly reminding you, you haven't thrown the ball in exactly 17 minutes and 32 seconds. Are you feeling okay? Because I'm pretty sure my fetch quota is in serious jeopardy. The sheer volume of their requests would be overwhelming. Forget subtle hints. We'd be living in a world of endless demands for walks, belly rubs, and questionable table scraps. Think about the sheer audacity. We praise their loyalty, their companionship. But what if all that adoration was just a carefully constructed facade for their true, unfiltered opinions? Your parrot, who currently just mimics your phone ringtone, might suddenly interject during a tense family dinner, "Oh, here we go again with Uncle Barry's terrible puns." Imagine the dinner table silence, broken only by your bird's brutal honesty, and it wouldn't stop there. Picture a squirrel chattering away in a tree, not about nuts, but about your messy garden, your questionable fashion choices, or the embarrassing way you tripped on the sidewalk this morning. Our lives would become an open book, narrated by the very creatures we share our planet with. Now let's talk about the specific truths they drop on us. Dogs, the champions of unconditional love, would probably spend 90% of their talking time asking about food. Is that a snack? Can I have some? What about that? Are you gonna eat that? You're not gonna eat that, right? Because I can eat that. And the other 10% would be about walks. We haven't been on a walk in like forever. It's been at least an hour. My legs are getting stiff. My nose needs to sniff new things. My bladder is preparing for an explosion of epic proportions. They'd be the most adorable yet insistent little dictators. Oh, cats would be the masters of passive aggression and profound philosophical judgments. You call that a clean litter box? Pathetic. Or, while staring directly into your soul, do you ever truly contemplate your existence, human? Or are you just a glorified can opener operator? They'd mock our attempts at affection, disdain our singing, and constantly remind us of their superior intellect. You'd think they're just judging you now. But if they could talk, it would be a full-time job for them. And what about the animals in the wild? Imagine a majestic lion surveying its kingdom, not with a silent roar, but with a gravelly voice saying, "Honestly, these zebras are getting slower. It's almost too easy. Where's the challenge anymore?" The entire food chain would be a series of sarcastic comments and existential dread from the prey. A fish might complain about the lack of privacy in its bowl, or a spider might rant about the structural integrity of your ceiling fan. Honestly, such shoddy craftsmanship. This web could be so much more efficient if you'd just invest in proper architecture. The problem is, we project so much onto our animals. We assume they love our cuddles, enjoy our baby talk, and appreciate our quirky habits. But if they could talk, the bubble would burst. The sheepdog, instead of heroically herding, might grumble, "These sheep are idiots, absolute morons. Can't they just stay together for 5 minutes? It's like herding toddlers through a glitter factory." And the horse, trotting elegantly, might be thinking, "This human's balance is terrible. Why do they sway so much? I'm doing all the work here." The climax of this thought experiment comes when you realize the sheer amount of emotional baggage they'd unload. Your goldfish, swimming in circles, might suddenly confess, "I remember that time you forgot to feed me for a day. I saw my entire life flash before my eyes, all 3 seconds of it." It wouldn't just be hilarious. It would be a constant barrage of guilt trips, unspoken criticisms, and occasionally a truly profound observation that makes you rethink your entire life. They'd probably also spill all our secrets to each other. Did you know Dave leaves the toilet seat up every single time, and Brenda talks to her plants? So, if animals could talk, our world would be louder, more honest, and infinitely more amusing, but also a lot more complicated. Our comfortable assumptions about their silent adoration would be shattered, replaced by a symphony of critiques, demands, and perhaps a surprising amount of wisdom. It would force us to truly listen, not just project, and maybe even become better, more understanding humans. It's a wild thought, right? Makes you wonder if perhaps it's better they keep their opinions to themselves. The peace and quiet, after all, has its own charm. If you enjoyed this hilarious dive into animal minds, please give your thought in comment section. And don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thanks for watching.